Welcome back. The Fiji Sevens team will depart our shores in 4 hours' time in a hope to bring back the glory from the Las Vegas Sevens in the weekend. The 12-member squad looks in top form and are brimming with confidence to qualify as the winners from their pool. The side is injury-free and ready to take on Scotland in their first pool game on Saturday.
No, just niggles. I mean, there's a few boys that are stiff, really. They've still got some lactate and stiffness and blisters from the last couple of weeks' training. But that's to be expected, you know. They've gone through a hard workload, and now it's time to slow it all down a little bit and get the energy up.
Nandi and Ba will play a third match to decide the winner after they drew 1-1 in the second and final leg of Champions vs Champions series at Govern Park today. Nandi's goal was scored by Amani Makoe, while Ba's Avinesh Swami scored the equaliser. The decider will be played in Lautoka next week. Rewa opened their Fiji Football Association's National League with a win, beating Navua 2-1. The Delta Tigers started the game well and got their first goal from Iosefo Verevo. Rewa led 1-0 at the break. Kalepi Ganga scored the second goal for Rewa in the second half. Meanwhile, Nandronga beat Lautoka 2-1 at Langwanga Park. The Suva football team made a good start in the Fiji Football Association National League, beating Lambasa 2-1. Suva managed to secure the crucial 3 points without fielding some of their top players. Samuela Drundru scored the first goal for Suva after beating Lambasa defender Pene Eronio with his pace. Lambasa managed to level the game, a goal from Joseph Mishra after 10 minutes. Both teams rested on 1-1. In the second half, Lambasa came near, but Mishra's header hit the crossbar. And after a mistake from Lambasa's defender Krishnil Krishna, Suva's debutant Nikhil Chand scored the winning goal.
I would like to thank all the youth players. They have played a great role. We have seen that we have first time we got two players, Nikhil and Sahil. They first time in the Suva team and they played a great game. And overall the youth players, Suzuki, last man down, Charlie on the center, the youth players were really reflective in the team.
In the English Premier League games held this morning, Arsenal managed to secure a 3-point, beating Fulham 2-0 this morning. Arsenal's Santi Cazorla scored twice to hand them the win. While Manchester City passed the 100-goal mark for the season as they saw off a determined Cardiff side to stay 1 point behind leaders Arsenal at the top of the Premier League. And fourth-place Liverpool were held by Aston Villa 2-2. The Suva and Raiwai volleyball teams feel they are prepared for the upcoming tournaments in the volleyball calendar. This is after the Battle of the Powerhouse tournament ended on a high yesterday, as officials hope to bring it in a bigger and better way next year.
It was the battle yesterday between the two powerhouses and arch-rivals of volleyball, Suva and Raiwai. Suva making a clean sweep in the tournament, which showcased a lot of talent. For former reps and officials, expectations are high.
I would like to thank very much our sponsors, who sponsors all this lovely thing for the children, and it's also a very good thing, and it's also a good build-up for our next week game.
Lanyon adds that discipline is one of the key areas that players need to improve on, not just here but also at international level.
I think discipline is the most important factor in there, because just to prepare them for next week competition, so this competition comes in the right way, in the right time. I think maybe it's God's time.
Even though they experienced hiccups in the first tournament this year, Lanyon believes there will be improvements next year.
Even some of the rules that our referees apply a bit confused a bit. But anyway, I think it's successful, and hope next year will be a big one.
Selina Novuso, Fiji One News.
Targeting Jamaica's giant shooter was the key to the Silver Ferns' win in their first test of the year. New Zealand pulled away to the end to beat the Sunshine Girls 52-46 at Wembley.
At just under 2 metres, Jamaican Janelle Fowler was always going to be the Silver Ferns' biggest challenge.
It's super hard to get ball off Janelle, you know, she's quite large in the back there.
And while the Ferns were familiar with Fowler from the Trans-Tasman League, stopping her was another matter. The New Zealand defenders were charged with trying to get in the way of those long lobs.
A great turnover again for New Zealand.
We know we're probably a little bit faster than her, so if we can get around her and, you know, attack the ball before it gets into her hands, then we've got a chance.
I'm especially targeted by any defenders, you know, because most of the time they're double teaming me, and, you know, my goal attack just needs to have to work and bring the ball down and do her job.
But the Kiwis also had some tall, dominating shooters of their own. It started with the experienced shooting twosome plus Millie Lees at wing attack. At half-time, they were all off.
Pleased to get a win, pleased to get people on the court and leave them out there.
And it might be a sign of things to come.
Who do you think is stronger? Would you still put that experienced team on first?
No, I think Vic and I will go back and look at the footage. I think it's likely that we'll make a few changes for the England game.
Five-time champion Serena Williams went out of the Australian Open in a stunning upset against Ana Ivanovic in round 4 today. Ivanovic came back from a set down to win 4-6, 6-3, 6-3, the Serb's first ever victory over Williams in 5 attempts.
It's over and done. The world #1, the 5-time champion Serena Williams is out and gone. Superb play by Ana Ivanovic. Mum and Dad hug each other in the stands, overjoyed.
Yeah, you know, it was very consistent, and I was very happy about that. It's not easy, you know, playing such a champion, and like you said, I never beaten her before, but, you know, she is also just a human, and I know she has a lot of pressure too, and, you know, I just really went out there, swing at the ball, and I did that really well.
Andy Murray will face a surprise opponent, French lucky loser Stephen Robert, in his attempts to reach the Australian Open quarterfinals. Fine weather apart from afternoon showers were experienced over most parts of the country today. An active trough is slow moving over the Solomon Islands and extends southeastwards over Vanuatu. Meanwhile, another trough lies slow moving just to the west of Southern Cooks. Recapping the news headlines, a Fijian woman and her daughter received $15 million in compensation in the UK. Police call for more reporting on crimes against women, and teachers still unhappy with classroom-based assessment system. And that's Fiji One News. Thank you all for joining us. Good evening.